Unresolved traumatic experiences get stored in our body and mind. And what many people think, they think that it has to do with the experience, the actual experience that was traumatic. And a lot of people also think that it has to be something pretty serious for it to be traumatic. And this is not the case at all. For something to be considered traumatic, it could be quite small or it could be major. And it's not the actual experience that caused it to be traumatic, it's how our body and mind reacted to it. And if during the trauma, our stress response cycle wasn't complete, it was left open, that's when it gets stored in the body and mind as a trauma. And once it gets stored in the body and mind as a trauma, it will stay in there until we learn to release it. And the longer it stays there, the more damage it can actually do. So it's really important to be aware when you are carrying trauma in your body and mind so you can actually do something about it. And when it gets stored in the body, it gets stored in the nervous system. So I'm going to take you through one exercise that can help your body feel a bit more safe and to help release some trauma and tension in the body. But first of all, for those of you that are new here, my name is Zoe Jean and I'm an NLP practitioner and anxiety coach. I have personally healed my anxiety using a process called the Rewrite Your Anxiety method after suffering for 14 years of chronic anxiety. And now I'm here to teach women from all over the world to also heal their anxiety using the Rewrite Your Anxiety method, which incorporates mindset work, body connection work, nervous system regulation, and habits, right? And it's including using a bottom-up approach to healing. So we can release your trauma and your childhood conditioning from your body and your mind so you can finally create that life of inner peace, happiness, safety, connection, trust, belief, and confidence in yourself, and so much more. Because let's face it, right? We grow up in a world where we're missing a lot of things needed in our daily lives. We don't have, that safe place, that safe person, that brain capacity to question things and work out what things really mean. And this is why things as a child are so likely to get stored as trauma. But it's time for us to turn that around. And that's why we're going to go through an exercise today that will help you learn a little bit more about how you can start doing nervous system regulation exercise to improve your experience, to improve your life, to improve the safety that you feel in your body. Because anxiety, right at the end of the day, is feelings of unsafety, right? So teach your body, your mind, and your nervous system that you can be safe. And we'll start with a simple exercise today. So first of all, I want you to turn your head to the left. And notice how far you can turn and exactly how it feels. And then come back and then turn your head to the right. And again, notice how far you can turn and what you feel, and if it feels any different to what it did on the other side. And that will be our baseline, because we're going to do a test afterwards. Now we'll get into the exercise. So, you want to be laying on your back with your feet on the floor and your hands by your side. And then cradle your hands together and put them at the base of your neck. Ensure that you're looking up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did when we were sitting up, but instead we're going to move our eyes only. So do your very best to only move your eyes and use your head to support keeping your head and nose looking up towards the ceiling. So start by moving your eyes only to the left and just notice how far you can look to the left. And just do your best to hold that for 20 seconds. And then coming back to center. Just reground yourself if you need. And then do the same, looking over to the right. And hold that for 20 seconds as well. Then come back to the center. And then just take a moment to take a deep breath and notice how you feel. Notice if you feel more relaxed and more calm and more safe than what you did before. Notice which side was easier to turn. Was it left or was it right? And notice if you yawned or if you heard a sigh, if any sort of discharge that you had. Because yawns and sighs are really good signs that your nervous system is being activated, that it's being released. And I'd also love for you to let me know in the comments if you found it easier to turn to the left or to the right. And also comment below in the comments yes if you want more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching with me, and I can't wait to hear how you go with this exercise.